EF Weekly News with Dylan Schaefer starts now.
Hello, I'm Dylan Schaefer, and this is EF Weekly News. Our top story this week is the talent show. Last Friday, February 26th, the annual EFMS talent show took place. We go now to Dylan Schaefer, who's in attendance Friday. Dylan?
Hi, I'm Dylan Schaefer. I'm in the booth here at the auditorium, and now I'm about to give you a backstage pass to the talent show.
From bands to singers to even dancers, this year's talent show will be one to remember.
So, Alex, what do you think about the acts this year?
I think there's some good talent in the acts this year.
Okay, and do you have any favorites, maybe?
I think the band could win because they have some good skill in there. It's Sam, Zach, Neil, and Brendan.
Okay, so thank you for your time, Alex.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm behind here on stage left. The acts are going to come out where I just came from, and they're going to go to the stage where they will do their acts.
After weeks of preparation, the talent show was finally starting to come together.
How do you think Student Council has done preparing us for this talent show?
Well, I think they did a pretty good job. The decoration, the decor is set up very nicely. The Vegas theme.
Okay, thank you for the time.
That was Carly Wilhelm, and with her partner Olivia Zugai, did a twirling act, Proud Mary. Other notable performances included Bobby Holmes singing Don't Stop Believing, and Brooke Allen and Shaylin Gallagher dancing to Starship. I'm Dylan Schaefer, reporting from the talent show.
Alright, thank you, Dylan. The votes have been tallied, and we can now tell you the winners of the talent show. In third place are Megan Galinsky, Ashley Hogue, Natalie Perry, and Maddie Saunders, who danced to a remix. In second place are Neil McGuire, Brendan Del Bianco, Sam Bowden, and Zach Thomas, who played Jumping Jack Flash. And the first place winner for the 2010 talent show is Gavin Carnahan, who sang Another One Bites the Dust. Great job to all the participants and Student Council for help making this all possible. The 5th annual Spelling Bee took place Monday, February 22nd. There were 10 spellers. Each grade level was represented in the bee. After 30 minutes of intense spelling, only 2 spellers remained, Stephanie Thornton and Cody Miller. When Stephanie misspelled a word, Cody took advantage of the situation and spelled innocuous to win the bee. Over 160 words were spelled. Miss Moochow had this to say: "I was very proud of each participant. Good job to all the spellers." On Tuesday, March 2nd, a brawl broke out in the EFMS cafeteria. 2 8th graders were involved. One of the 8th graders thumped milk over the other's head. They were both escorted out of the cafeteria. This past Wednesday, spring bowling started. It is the last year for the Nangles due to the fact that Mrs. Nangle will be retiring. We will miss you. March 4th, students of all 3 grade levels attended an assembly on cyberbullying. Richard Shasheen from the PA Attorney General's office delivered the presentation. After talking and showing a slideshow, Mr. Shasheen showed a touching video on 2 kids who were bullied. It's that time of year again. By now, all students have gotten their scheduling sheets for next year. They must be filled out and given back to homeroom teachers as soon as possible. In international news, early Saturday morning, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit Chile. This earthquake sent tsunami warnings out all over the Pacific. The Chilean earthquake was 500 times larger than the one that hit Haiti, yet the death toll is now at 279 people. This earthquake also shifted the entire Earth. As a result, Days are approximately 1/1,000,000th of a second shorter. The Vancouver Winter Olympics concluded Sunday evening with a bang. After all the athletes entered, they enjoyed a star-studded show. To follow up with the Chilean earthquake, another one took place yesterday. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit Taiwan on the opposite side of the Pacific. There are no reports of deaths at this time. Now to sports with Dylan Schaefer. Dylan? The EF Lady Warriors have been in action lately at the Emsrak Event Center. The 7th and 8th grade players played their last game yesterday. They faced the fierce West Mifflin Titans. The 8th grade girls lost, making their record 11-1. The 7th graders, on the other hand, won, making their record 12-0, an undefeated season. Mr. D said that his 7th grade girls were the best group in all his years of teaching, and that they had such a great team manager. Congratulations, girls. Before the closing ceremonies of the 2010 Winter Olympics, the U.S. and Canadian hockey teams took to the ice for the gold medal game of the century. After 2 periods of play, the score was Canada 2, USA 1. With less than 25 seconds left to go in the third, Zach Parise shot the puck and it eventually found its way into the cage. The game went into overtime where Sidney Crosby had enough. He shot and scored. Canada had won the gold with a final score of 3-2. With Crosby scoring the game-winning goal in overtime during the gold medal game, he wasn't eager to get back to the NHL with barely a day of rest, but he did on Tuesday when the Pens faced the Sabres. The Pens won 3-2. They were back in action yesterday, facing the Rangers at Madison Square Gardens. The Pens won in overtime with a final score of 5-4. This places the Pens with 80 points, first in their division and second in the conference. I'm Dylan Schaefer, and this has been Sports. This has been EF Weekly News. I'm Dylan Schaefer. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here next week.